This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app lets you keep up to date with all the scores, news and stats in football. So download it in the link in the description below and let us know what you think of it, how you find it, and enjoy it. I knew that was coming.
Welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match football show on the internet. We've just come back from the London Stadium where we played in the FA Cup against Birmingham and we won 2-0. Scott, take us through the starting lineup, please.
God, it's a long time since done this.
I know, it's been a while, hasn't it? To be honest.
Have another deep one in there, Scott.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, first post-match pint of 2009.
Preview go up. What?
Come on.
Adrian in goal. Antonio moved to right back. Diop and O'Connor in the centre. Masuaku left. Rice and Obiang, 2 centre midfields. Diagana and Silva either side, with sort of Nasri playing in the hole behind Arnautovic. I think that's everyone.
Well, Arnautovic didn't last long.
No.
To be honest, mate, we got off to a flying start. Got off to such a flying start. I missed the goal.
I'll tell you what, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's walking up the stairs looking for his seat, and everyone we scored, and everyone jumped up, and he sort of spun round like he didn't know what was going on. He shit himself. No, it was a great.
I didn't expect us to score that early.
It was a high tempo start, wasn't it? And that's what you want. Because I thought I was a bit disappointed with Birmingham today, if I'm honest. I thought they'd give us a bit more of a game.
They didn't exploit our weaknesses. That was their problem.
To be honest with you, mate, I don't think we had many weaknesses today. I thought the starting lineup was spot on.
I was really shocked. I mean, we'd done a starting lineup reaction when it came out at the station. I was shocked how strong the starting lineup was. Like, I was shocked that Rice was playing. That's one shock.
The back four picked itself. It had to because of injury.
Yeah. We got. That's what I said.
Adrian comes in. It's just standard for Adrian, isn't it? He's a cup goalkeeper now. Yeah, Masuaku. But it's good to see Nasri start as well. He got 65 minutes under his belt today. It's massive, and I thought he played really well. I tell you what, his game changed when Arnautovic come off, because I think someone like Samir Nasri, he can't play with someone like Carroll, because Arnautovic. You watch that first 15-20 minutes, they were linking up together. Bearing in mind, never played with each other, but they look like they've been playing together all season.
Yeah.
And Samir Nasri, I think he's going to be a good signing for West Ham. I've seen a lot of West Ham fans upset with the signing. I don't get why. It's a 6-month deal. He's got a point to prove.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not just saying it. It's going to go beyond 6 months. I can't see that being a 6 month only.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
you can see the quality he brings.
Listen,
today.
if we get half the player that he was at City and Arsenal, we've got a good player there.
He's been training with us for what, 2 months? So
he looks like he's lost a bit of weight. He's impressed in training.
Look at him, isn't he? And he knows the players.
He knows him.
And he's 30. People are comparing it to the Everett deal. 36-year-old
Everett was 38 and dancing out of black cabs. That's all he was there for, was promotion and to get the people back on side. He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't a great signing, was he, Evra? But no, I think Nasri's a good sign. He's 31, as we said, got something to prove, and his link-up play today, I was impressed with him for a first start in a tough game. I was really impressed with him.
Yeah, it was. On paper, it looked a tough game. We gave a couple of starts to a couple of kids. Zande Silva making his full debut, and I thought he was tidy today, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame he had to go out on the left.
I'll be honest. Because I didn't notice him too much when he started later on in the game. He came more in the middle, he came more central, like attacking, and I thought he looked better then. But when he was on the left, I didn't notice him much, and it took me a while, and I went, "Oh shit, Silva's playing."
Yeah.
But I thought.
Yeah, no, I thought
he grew into the game. I thought he was.
He was
nice
up there.
and
He was up there for me. He could have been man of the match, and I wouldn't have been surprised today. Diagana was. He's a lot better than he has been.
I thought he was well deserved.
The only thing about Diagana is he's got not a lot of end product. He gets into those spots when there's 3 defenders around him, and he goes past them, and then all of a sudden he sort of thinks, "Shit, now I've gone past them. What am I going to do now?" But that comes with time.
Yeah, and it comes
just making that decision.
He's only young, isn't he? But our game changed as soon as Andy Carroll came on. I mean, Arnautovic went off. He looked a bit frustrated.
Well, he scored first.
Yeah, well, we see, didn't we, before about 5 minutes before off, Nasri was shouting over to the bench, and Nasri was holding his back. And I thought, oh, fucking hell, here we go, he's going off. But he was signalling that Arnautovic was injured. So
what grass?
No, but then again, mate, he's probably done a good thing for us, because if he'd have carried on another 10 minutes, he could have got serious injured.
That's what happened last time.
You know yourself, you play football and you're injured, you don't want to go off. You're going to pretend that you can have like your leg cut off. You're like, I'm alright.
And I reckon Pellegrini said to him before, especially the players.
If you feel anything,
you feel anything. come off.
Yeah, I've never questioned Pellegrini's tactics or decisions since he's been here, but that was one where I first thought, what's he done there? But there's obviously a reason behind it. Pellegrini ain't just going to take off our best player after 20 minutes.
I'll be honest, because Nasri was holding his back, I thought Nasri was coming off.
Yeah.
No, I see it, because what it was, we had a corner, and then Arnautovic was on the edge of the area and was leaning over, and he'd struggled for the run before that. He leans over, he stretches his back out, Nasri talks to him, then Nasri signalled to the bench to take him off.
See, I didn't see the talk. All I see him is holding his back and signalling for a sub.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, when they put up the sub board, I thought he'd held up the wrong number.
But then Nasri apologised to Arnautovic when Arnautovic went off.
He shouldn't have to apologise. He's done us a favour. He's
done
done the club a favour. So Arnautovic is pissed off, but Arnie's going to be more up for it against Arsenal now next week. So
I reckon it's the goals. Because that was his 8th goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He goes level with Anderson.
Yeah.
But I think with Ryan, what he said, I think it's a blessing in disguise. With him going off that early, let's be honest, Bournemouth huffed and puffed, but that was it. They didn't have name. They were never going to Birmingham. Sorry, they were never going to score today. They
I said the same to you, didn't I? In the last, I said they're not going to score today. They were
just their quality. Their quality up front.
You can tell that. I mean, they're going quite well in the Championship, but you can tell the difference between Premier League and Championship today. Usually, Championship clubs are sort of up for these games. But we deserved the game today. They offered nothing. I can't even remember them having a chance.
They had a few.
They had a half chance, which Adrian's wouldn't even earn his wages.
There was one where Adrian was very brave. And
that was a great save.
That
was in the last. Well, that was just a 1-0, wasn't it? Still, so
I think it was just as Carroll hit the bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, just after Carroll. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's we did the job. It weren't pretty. Look, after the first 20 minutes was all us. We totally dominated them for 20 minutes. As soon as Arnie went off,
what was it? I said to Graham that time. It was a Jody Marsh performance. It's ugly, but you take it.
That's
Jody Marsh. If you're watching this, Jody Marsh is not.
How many times have we come unstuck?
Many have, right? Many have.
Looks like a skydiver's mouth.
But yeah, how many times have we come unstuck against these sort of sides, and we didn't. We done the job. It weren't pretty.
Yeah, this is the sort of game. Like, I'll be honest with you. I was thinking to myself today, they're going to beat us today. Well, it's just going to be one of them games. They've got 5,500. I can imagine them singing and fucking
credit to them. They were loud.
Yeah, but they've got to be. This is sort of like a cup final for them, isn't it?
No, they didn't take their full allocation.
Oh, didn't they?
There was a few empty seats on their end, but I thought they was quite good.
Loud, don't they?
Yeah, but it made
but it's like if we went to Birmingham, we'd be. We got to remember today about the crowd. Is a lot of people moaning about the atmosphere today. There was a lot. It was kids for a quid today. Exactly. There's a lot of families there today. It's a day. There was the amount of people I heard going into that ground saying, "It's my first time here. It's my first time here."
The funny thing was,
some of them I heard them saying I've got to pretend to support West Ham today. I thought I was saying I do that every week.
But you see it, right? If players come out, bubbles win, and then where we sit, no one sits down. Everyone stands, apart from the front row. The front row sit down, and everyone started sitting down. And then when they saw like a few of us still standing up, a few more people standing up, then other people started standing up. But you could tell the regulars from
I sit with you, and I booked my ticket yesterday, so I ended up in the gods in the family.
I think the highlight of my day was seeing Nicky looking for his seat. That was the best bit. And he was sitting on the edge as well.
I missed the deadline to book the seat, and someone bought me seat.
To be fair though, the deadline was like sort of. It was a bit
sprung on you,
it was sprung on you. And it was like a day. If you don't get it, that's it. It's gone.
That's because they went to sign up to the cup scheme.
Fuck their cup scheme.
They ain't in the cup that long to have a scheme.
No. Yes. Look, it was a.
It is what it is, isn't it?
Ugly performance, but we got through in the cup at the end. And
you said about Diagana and thingy. For me, man of the match should have gone to Rice.
Yeah, Rice was very comfortable today.
A foot wrong.
He didn't put a foot wrong.
But I don't think he misplaced a pass. He was superb.
I'll be honest with you, mate. I think Antonio was good today. I think Diop. I think Ogbonna. I think there's no one I can sit here and criticise because it was one of them games.
I think with Dean Garner, I think he just worked his arse off. He tracked back. He was defending. And he was attacking. He'd lose the ball, then he'd go and win it straight back.
Yeah.
It seemed like, especially in the first half, everything was just going.
Obiang was very quiet today, but he was effective. He was breaking up play. Yeah, that's what you want. Our whole game changed when Arnautovic come off. Yeah. Because I think if Arnautovic stays on, we'd have won that 3 or 4 today.
The thing is with Carroll, he just changes the whole dynamic of the team, and he doesn't. Look, I've always been an Andy Carroll fan.
Yeah.
I've always been one of them people that wanted him to stay fit, I've always been one of them people that want the best, because I know I like a good centre forward.
I like Andy Carroll.
And he was a good centre forward, but he doesn't fit into the philosophy.
He
of
doesn't
this
fit
team.
in Pellegrini's plans. I just don't think. I mean, Carroll's the sort of player now that you want to chuck on when you're chasing a game and things like that. And I just don't think. And it wouldn't surprise me if he goes in January. I'll be upset if he goes. I'll be honest with you. I like Andy Carroll, but I just think he's outgrown the team.
I don't think I'll be upset if he leaves, but I'll be upset that we didn't get what we could have got out of him. Do you know what I mean? And that's not a fault of ours.
He's been here a long time. He's been here since 2012 we signed him. That's a long time. He hasn't played many games, but with Andy Carroll, he'll come back, score a few goals, everyone loves him, he goes injured. We just got so used to it that we don't slate him no more for it.
But I think now he's got that goal, right? He seemed to come on, right? And
Scott, he looked like Bambi on ice at times,
what I'm saying, from the outset,
he looked like a fucking fox that had been run over.
Yeah, I
and
said
got
to you,
back up.
he looks like, when you hit a fox and they get up and they don't know where to go.
Yeah, but the thing is, what you've got to think, right? He's come in, he missed the start of the season. Yeah, he's come back in.
Missed a lot of them.
The whole philosophy of the way we play has changed. So he's got to adapt now his game to the way we play.
Yeah, but sometimes as well, I'm going to stick up for him a bit here. I think sometimes we don't play to his strengths, because a lot of times we get down that wing. How many balls did we try to float in? They hit him across the floor.
This is the thing. You look at our cross completion rate today, it's terrible. Our cross completion rate, full stop, all through the season, is terrible. For a team that get the ball wide a lot, we cannot cross. You look at the corners, all the corners. You've got Diop, Obonna, Carroll, all going into the centre. The ball's played behind them.
What I think we did do today that we haven't done in recent weeks, especially when Nasri was on the pitch, is go down the middle and look for something down the middle. And the team was frightened.
And it'd be nice to see Nasri and Anderson together, because I think them and Arnautovic as well. Because I think Nasri is sort of like a replacement for Lanzini. Because Lanzini, for me, he's meant to be back in February training. He won't be back till end of March. He's out for the season. He's going to be a luxury player that we bring on and everyone to get the crowd up.
I'll be honest. I think Nasri's a replacement for Wilshere.
Wilshere's meant to be back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's meant to be a couple of weeks now.
But they very similar in the position that they play.
Look, West Ham with Jack Wilshere, they sort of mucked up by giving him a 3-year deal. They should have just given him a year's rolling contract.
That's a massive turning point, because I think the board offered him a 1-year deal, and it was Pellegrini.
But then again, mate, looking at it, he played a lot of games for Arsenal last year. He played over 30 games for them, so they've probably looked at it and thought, he's sort of over his injuries now. But
just out of luck.
He's another one I feel sorry for, because I had high hopes of him when he came here. Listen, you can't say
he's finished, mate.
No, he's not finished. He's 26, isn't he?
The thing is, as well, I think where he fell flat, apart from obviously getting injured, was the fact that when he was there, again, the team was still starting to gel. Now the team's gelled a bit with Anderson.
Yeah, Jack Wilshere was chucked in at the beginning when everyone was trying to, like you say, gel.
You bring Wilshere in now, same as Nasri today. You see the way Nasri linked up with Arnautovic.
Because it's one player coming in instead of 9 players coming in that need to adapt the game.
Not only that, Nasri has got, he's got that head. He's a top level football player. He's not been injured for 2 years. He's been banned for 2 years. There's a difference. So he only needs a bit of match fitness, and I think we're going to have a good player.
I think we'll get. I'm with you. I think we get a good player because he's got a point to prove as well. I think that'll benefit.
And he's got the offer and the extension. So there's no coming here for 6 months, play the bollocks, and then go somewhere else. We've got a clause that we can trigger to extend that for a year or 2 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a great deal by the club. If it don't work out, see you later.
It is. It's about time we did deals.
Yeah, the ball get a lot of stick for some of the deals they do, but I think this is a great deal.
Look,
and I think honestly, he's going to work out well for West Ham.
Talking of the board,
we ain't finished talking about the game, have we?
Well,
you got
2-0.
Carroll did score in the end.
He did score in the end.
I want to talk about that goal he missed, right? That chance he missed when he goes round the keeper.
I think
how he missed that.
I think what it is, he took him round him with his right foot, and he's sort of like he lost his balance, but he's overhit it.
You can see he don't have to, because he was 1-on-1 with a keeper. He didn't even need to take it round him.
The good thing from that, right? That was a classic goal that Andy Carroll should have scored because he won the flick on to put. Was it
Anderson?
Or was it Anderson? Put Anderson through, and then went back and was there to try and tuck it in. So that is what when we're saying about playing to his strengths and things like that. That is what you want. That's what you want to see. Players running. Too many times we see Andy Carroll winning the header, and no one's playing making the run beyond him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for a change, we saw that today, and it come in a chance. But this is again where, as much as Andy's got to adapt his game to fit the Pellegrini style, going back to what like we said earlier, sometimes we have to adapt to our game. We don't go long at all. No, we don't go long. Everything's played. Even when there's
what we want to do is get on the floor, down the wing, whip it in for Andy Carroll.
But when we've got Carroll, sometimes you can afford to go long, so long as the players are going to gamble beyond him. You know,
but the problem we've had, the problem we've had before with Andy Carroll is that's our game plan: go to the wing, cross it in. Most of the time, they hit him along the floor when he's on the pitch, and when he's off the pitch, they hit him up in the air, which is always bemused me.
But now we've got the players.
But you know what we've got now, right? But I still don't think he fits. What we've got now is, in the past, people have been able to set up against that. We know they're going to go to the wing. We know they're going to cross it in for him. But what we've got now is we've got players to, like Nasri and Lanzini when he comes back, to go for the middle.
Yeah, but that's it. But you look again. There was a time when the ball should have been put in for a Carroll, for a cross for Carroll.
But there was a couple of times in the first half, Scott. There was a couple of beautiful balls come in the middle, and Carroll weren't even around.
That's another thing for me. He needs to play further forward. But again, that's him trying to adapt to the way Pellegrini wants them to play.
A lot of the time, their defender heads it away before it even touches Carroll.
But what you've got to remember is that when Carroll's on the pitch, he draws defenders towards him. So then it's the wingers' jobs to get, as Antonio did in the last season at Bolin. You know, the defenders.
Will you stop going on about that last season at Bolin, Scott?
But players are drawn to Carroll. And it allows the winger to come in the back stick.
But I noticed there was a few times we crossed it and it just went straight out for a throw because we didn't have someone on the back post. Why don't we have someone on the back post?
But that's the thing.
You can't have it all.
The thing is, our team today was probably the strongest team we could put out. Even the bench was strong. I mean, Mark Noble wasn't even on the bench. But I heard rumours after his performance the other night, Barcelona put in a 50-minute bid. So, but he wasn't.
Some people were saying that when Arnautovic come off, they'd just received a bid from someone and they were just going, get off quick.
No, but that's the thing. Like, we've got a strong squad now. We just need to get a few people back. Maybe a couple signings in January.
Yeah,
I think we missed the trick yesterday with Klein going to Bournemouth. We need a right back.
That was part of the Solanke deal.
No, but I think obviously he was guaranteed first team football.
He's guaranteed first team football. When they would have said to him, look, if we want to take him for 19 million quid, we want him for the rest of the season.
We need another sort of defensive midfielder.
There's plenty of time left in the window.
Yeah, of course.
I think I think there's truth. We'll talk about the transfers in a second anyway.
I think Perez is going.
I don't know whether Perez will go. Really? Maybe he will. There's rumours Hernandez might go. There's rumours Carroll.
Well, they're talking about bringing in that Barbosa from Inter Milan. If he comes in, then Perez goes. So
someone goes.
We need another striker. If we get, in fact, even if he don't go, we need another striker. Really,
I can't see Hernandez going in this window. Maybe in the summer.
To be honest, I think they'd be silly selling Hernandez now.
Yeah.
Perez, I understand. Carroll, to an extent, I'd understand. Selling Hernandez is just ridiculous.
But the thing, generally, my only problem with Hernandez, I like Hernandez, but his injury record is getting a bit of a joke. He's either got the flu or he's got a back injury.
It's never been one of them to be injured. It's been a bit unlucky.
It's just the West Ham.
Yeah, anyone that signs for West Ham.
Even last season, he's been stop.
I'm not sure he's totally committed to the club, to be honest.
I think he is now. I didn't get that feeling under Moyes earlier in the season.
He's a guaranteed starter. Now Arnie's back.
I think under Pellegrini, I think he's enjoying, especially when Arnie was out. We proved that we can adapt when we haven't got Arnie.
Exactly.
And that's where players like Hernandez are important to us.
But the problem is, at the moment, look, you're saying we need another striker. We've got 4 positions for one.
No, but I'm saying we need another striker, but they will let one go. Whether it be Carroll or Perez.
I think it'd be Carroll.
The thing is, what you've got to remember is that we're probably Pellegrini's idea.
I'd swap the forward for midfielders.
Yeah, but then
that's you're only one injury away from having just 2 strikers.
I would swap.
Yeah, but you don't need to. We're playing 1.
Yeah, but we don't. We've played 2. It's only recently.
That's like saying I'd swap a Ferrari car for an hose pipe. No, they're both.
The thing you've got to look at is that at the end of the day, you rely on your strikers to get you goals. Yeah. So if we sell a striker, we need to bring a striker in.
Yeah. You got to swap. You got to bring in what you're selling out.
Perez hasn't really worked out.
Talking about
Perez,
he's
got more goals than Carroll.
But you got Zandy Silva now.
Noble said.
You're relying on another youngster.
Noble said in an interview the other day about Perez. They asked me. They said, "Who's the best player in training?" He said, "Perez is the best finisher of the ball."
But you find a lot of Arsenal fans said that as well.
So maybe we're not playing to Perez's strengths. Because
You can't just keep on
Let's be honest,
adapting,
let's be honest,
adapting
though,
our
he
game
hasn't
to
helped
everyone's
himself.
strengths.
He didn't help himself against Watford. Who did we play here last?
what was the game when
Brighton the other night.
Brighton,
He didn't help
yeah.
himself.
What was the game when he scored 2
Cardiff.
goals? Cardiff, right?
See-
Everyone was lauding him.
No,
Like,
but this is the thing.
I don't think everyone was
with-
lauding him.
they would. They were
He's,
saying,
he's another
Perez.
player you can't play against certain sides. You're
They
not
were saying,
going to get
Perez.
anything. You're not going to get.
They were. In fact, that's a quote from Nicky Hawkins.
Oh, Perez.
You're not going to get anything out of Perez against physical teams.
No.
It can't
They
hold the
bully him.
ball.
He's-
It can't
and
hold
that
the
is-
ball.
But then you
But
can't.
no,
If we have a
even when
five-a-side tournament,
Scott,
we know we're all right.
I watched
Yeah,
him the other
exactly.
night, right? I'm gonna be honest. I don't like slagging our players off to an extent,
Yeah,
right?
we've done it for the
but
last 3 years.
I watched him. I watched him the other night. Yeah, I watched him the other night, and even when there was no one near him, he can't control the ball. He can't track the ball.
The thing is with someone like Perez is like, I mean, when he was at Arsenal, he first come over. With Arsenal, they've got world-class players around.
No, I
them.
don't agree with
no,
that.
No, I'm just saying that you've got players. With us, we haven't got world-class. We've got good players.
I don't think any of them Arsenal players are world class, apart from
But
Spanish.
at the time when Perez, I mean,
Well,
Ozil.
Sanchez, yeah.
Sorry.
The thing is, it's
Dinner's
you know,
ready.
Cardiff is probably Perez's level, if I'm honest.
The thing is, before we
that's
signed
the
him,
level of teams he'll score goals against.
he had a record of what, 1 goal in 3 games was his record.
Look, we paid
before
4 million
signed
for him. For that sort of price, you might as well hang on to him and just.
No,
see if
I
he
know what
can
you
do
mean.
it.
I know what you
I
mean.
mean, I was surprised not to see him today. I mean, the FA Cup at home against Birmingham, bit of confidence.
The thing is, I'm hoping with that it is Pellegrini's taking this serious.
Yeah.
The FA Cup.
He has to take it
even the
serious.
Carling
We've
Cup,
got to
or
take it
whatever it's
serious.
called now, he took
Carroll
that
Cup.
serious.
If you don't like last year, right? We was sort of like bottomish of the league when we started the FA Cup, and went to Shrewsbury, and we played a tripe team, and we ended up fucking drawing the game.
Cullen lost a tooth.
Yeah,
That weren't a game where we played Hernandez as a target.
no, we ended up
was it?
drawing 0-0 with them, and then beating them in the replay. But then it was like the League Cup. We got all the way to the quarter final and treated it like shit. You know what I mean? Like, and at the moment with the squad, we have got squad depth. It's just that there's not a lot of fit players.
The thing is,
That's
for
the
me,
problem.
and I've always said this, the league is the most important thing. If you're struggling in the league, then you don't forget the cups, but you've got to
You
concentrate
prioritise.
more on the league.
Yeah, I get what
We're
you're saying.
10th in the
I get what you're
table. We're not getting relegated.
No.
We're not going to win the league. So why not just carry on our league season? We're going to get a couple wins there, a couple wins there. Carry on. Just go for the FA Cup. It depends. I mean, next round, you know,
It's all on the draw, isn't it?
we could draw Man City away in the next round, or Man United away. But it's not like we ain't been to these clubs before and won. So if you want to win the FA Cup and you want to go far in it, you've got to beat these teams.
Of course, yeah.
It's only Arsenal that get the lower league draws.
Would you
It's the Emirates FA Cup.
would you prefer to see us draw lower league teams until the end?
I'll be honest with you, mate. It don't really bother me. Yeah, obviously you want to play someone like, I don't know, Oldham at home or something like that. You want that.
Do you know my
But-
philosophy though? Right. I'd rather draw like a Man City or a Man United now.
But the thing is, the year we got to the cup final,
know what I
I
mean?
remember going to Man City, winning there.
Yeah, but
You know,
yeah, but
we had
Yeah,
tough
yeah,
times,
I'd rather
didn't
do
we?
it. I'd rather do it now because if you're gonna lose then. It's when you go to travel to Shrewsbury, then fuck off to Bolton, and you think, yeah, we've got a right good go here, and then
And then
all of a
you
sudden
get
you
City.
fucking concede.
Yeah,
against
but
City.
you remember last
That's it.
season, Wigan put us out.
But I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I'd
yeah, I
like, the reason I like to see us keep getting the lower teams up until now because it gives us a chance to play the players that might not normally get a game. You get players out of
gives players match time. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
to
And
come
get
through.
I want to see Adrian get a good few games. I really like Adrian.
No, yeah. What you're saying with the cup, you treat it serious, but you can give fringe players fitness, match time, and
Keep
at
players
the end of the day,
happy.
that will benefit the squad.
Yeah, but then but then do you do that in the quarters, the semis, and if you get to the final?
No,
Exactly.
but
You use your
yeah,
squad
goalkeeper
wisely.
stays the same, didn't it, throughout?
No. If we got to the final, Fabianski goes in goal for me. You play your best team.
Oh, yeah.
You play your best team, but
No one does.
You've got to
that,
be
do they?
loyal to.
yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a bit
yeah.
harsh.
You have
It's
a cup
it is bit
keeper,
harsh.
like-
All right, and then when 85th
But-
minute and Adrian tries to do a fucking somersault and it goes in, and you're
Put
going,
it this way,
we should have
put
had
it this way,
Fabianski.
alright, No, put it this
I know
way.
what
If you
you're
get
All
to
right, so if we didn't play
semi-final-
Arnautovic every single round, but we got to the final, would you start him or not?
It's different for a keeper.
There you go.
It's different
There you
for
go.
a keeper, isn't it? You
Is
have
it?
your cup,
It's
you have
on
your
the
cup
performance.
keeper.
No, look,
isn't it?
It's on the
we're
performances of
lucky
the
this
keeper.
we're lucky
Yeah.
this season because Adrian is a good goalkeeper. Fabianski is a great goalkeeper. So we've had Adrian and Randolph. We've had Jaskalainen and Adrian battling it out, Joe Hart and Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got a consistent goalkeeper. Unless he gets injured, he's number one all the time.
Of course he is.
For me, but Adrian's a good backup goalkeeper. Of course. So, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. But look, if you get to the final, that's why Pellegrini gets paid a lot of money to make a decision. But look, let's get through the fourth round first before we start talking about.
No, don't look.
The thing is as well, it's on the performance of the goalkeeper in the games that he plays.
Well, he didn't have much to do today.
No, if we do get to the final and Adrian's played worldies in every game, then
he's got to go. Yeah,
exactly. You know, it's one of them. It's on the performance of the goal.
Yeah, as long as you don't have any clangers. Right?
Look, you know as well as if we get to the quarterfinals, for argument's sake, you're not going to see Silva playing. You know, it is going to be the first team player.
Because when you get to quarterfinals, that's when you start smelling Wembley.
Silva still gets the medal though, doesn't he? He still gets to say, you know,
you played in 6.
Let's hope we don't get a silver medal.
Hey,
but that's it. You know, that's it. It's
that's the bollocks.
This is. There's no reason why on our day we can't go. We can beat any team in the
Oh, fuck off.
But we can.
Fuck off.
We've heard this since 1980.
I know, you've been saying this for 4
one-off
years, you cunt, and we lose at the
In a one-off
last
game.
bit of the game.
Look,
All you got
I'll
to
stick
look,
up for you, Scott.
our record against lower league sides is atrocious.
Blah, blah, blah.
We have got a good enough squad now to really have a go at this FA Cup. We need to take it serious because a lot of the big boys don't take it serious, which I think is a joke. Because this is the biggest cup competition in the world, and they should take it serious.
I'll tell you, we'll be taking it serious. Tottenham. You can tell by what they've done last night.
Listen,
They know the only trophies they're going to win is either the FA Cup or the League Cups. That's why they've got to take it. You ain't going to win anything else, are they? Let's be honest.
Bang, 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 and shots fired there.
listen, but I think if you ask their proper loyal fans, they'll take that. The
Yeah,
FA
of course
Cup's
they would.
massive to Tottenham.
simply Spurs will clip that up if they win the league, wouldn't they?
Tottenham.
No, but these fans that sit there and go, "Oh, the FA Cup shit." They're not proper fucking fans. They're not fans that are fucking. The FA Cup is massive, and my mates who are Tottenham fans, they would give anything to win the FA Cup.
I had a big row with a fucking Arsenal fan.
Oh,
and I was saying,
surprise.
I had a row. And he was saying it's more important for him to finish fourth than it is to win the League Cup.
Then.
I said it's a trophy. I said you don't get no trophy.
The thing is,
fourth.
with Arsenal, they've won the FA Cup like 13 times.
but we're talking,
Some-
I was talking about the league.
Do you know what? Sometimes I do understand what they're saying when they say that, because finishing fourth, and if you get into that Champions League place and you go into the Champions League, it
But they're
allows
never gonna win the
But
Champions
hold on. It gives you money to allow you to build. It gives you attraction.
To be fair,
But
they
they've
might
got-
need
look,
they might need to
Winning
win
the
the League Cup to
winning
get
the
in the
League Cup
Cup.
against fucking scraping a 1-0
Yeah,
against
but
Cardiff
if
in the
they get in
final
Champions
ain't gonna
League,
fucking
Cronk ain't gonna spend shit.
No, but no, listen,
it's
I
the
understand,
difference.
right? I understand the thingy of getting the Champions League. It's the biggest tournament in the world. You know, it's the best footballing tournament around. But at the end of the day, you get into the Champions League. If you don't win the Champions League, you've still got no trophies.
Exactly.
At the end of the
Your
season.
season
You're
is
still-
defined by
you're-
trophies.
You're still sitting there, and you look through in 30 years' time. You sit there and go,
As
"Yeah,
Graham said, you can't put fourth place in the
exactly.
trophy
We
category.
finished fourth 10
I
years
missed
on the
that. I
spin and
missed
got in the
that saying.
Champions League. Well, big
Yeah.
whoop. How many trophies you win in that time? No.
Whoop.
What's the point?
big whoop.
But that's what I'm saying.
Big whoop. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. What's the point?
Drink
What
your
is the
beer.
point?
You're making me nervous.
What is the point of
Listen,
just
we sit here as
finishing
West Ham
fourth
fans.
every season?
We sit
Every
here as
season.
West Ham fans. You'd give anything to finish fourth.
Yeah, of course we would.
You want to be
but-
in the Champions League.
But would you give up a trophy to finish fourth?
Because at the end of the day, it's the trophies you
the
remember.
difference between us and Arsenal is that Arsenal have been winning trophies every decade. We haven't won one since
But
1980.
still, their manager is going to be judged and defined by the trophies he's won. He ain't won a trophy for him
No,
yet.
I
If
don't
he
believe
wins
that.
silver,
They're
well,
judged
He's
on
in his
fourth
first
place
season.
now.
Someone
They're
like
judged
Jurgen
on-
Klopp.
So fourth place
Yeah, I
for him is a
understand.
trophy for him.
It's a trophy for any club, I think. Not
Well,
a trophy, but it's a.
The thing is, I look at it this way,
an
right?
achievement.
When you look
You
at
don't
it,
even
when
get in the Champions League. You get to qualify for the
Mate,
Champions
we couldn't even get in Europa League.
We don't put the year we finished third up on the board where we've got the FA Cup winning years.
Yeah.
No.
So-
It's
We've
not
got a
your
lot of
honours
space
list.
going around now. I've seen them spread our cup wins.
not like
Let's spread it out a bit,
Not
but
like
do you know what I
Burnley.
mean?
Not like Burnley when they're fucking putting up on their fucking boards highest Premier League finish.
Yeah, and
It's-
we won the raffle.
Yeah.
There's nothing like Wembley.
We won the raffle at the end of
holding
the
up
year
the
all.
senior team. Hold up the
But that's
trophy, all
another
of
thing that,
stuff,
that,
you know
that
what
I don't like about
That's
the
what
FA Cup
football's
is the
about.
semi-finals
Yeah.
at Wembley.
Oh, that's bollocks.
It's ridiculous because teams used to in the old day that was the day out. Wembley is for the fans. It was now that's why I think now when you see a build up to the FA Cup final, it's not as big as it was because the last FA Cup final I can remember where Sky and BBC really was us against Liverpool, because we played the semi-finals at neutral grounds and we played the final at the Millennium Stadium. Now you play teams get to Wembley, they lose.
Since Spurs moved in there, it's ruined anyway. It's been
that's the problem. When Arsenal were there playing the Champions League games, Tottenham playing there now, Wembley isn't what it was.
That's why it's there was a part of me that was hoping that Fulham owner bought Wembley, because maybe he would have took the semi-finals back to neutral grounds.
Exactly. That's it. Let's be honest. The FA only played the games there for money. That's the only reason they do it.
Yeah, but it's bought and paid for now, so go back to neutral grounds. You remember the old days we used to go to Villa Park, Old Trafford, things like that. That's what it was all about. The semi-final going up north, you had the northern teams coming down to London to play a semi-final. We go up there. But it's part and parcel.
It makes it a bit more fair for the
other thing with the FA Cup as well is because the final's so corporate. Sometimes the semi-finals when fans can actually get a ticket.
I mean, I see Spurs fans last night with their banners. They're going to Tranmere on a Friday night.
No trains.
It's pathetic.
But BT Sport don't care. All they care about is they've got a 7-0 victory. But Spurs fans have got to go all the way. I'm not just saying it because it's Spurs, but any sort of fans have got to go all the way up to Tranmere on a Friday night. They've got to take time off of work. 7:30. Like they could have put. Surely there was if you look around the FA Cup third round, surely there was more of a local derby that they could have put on a Friday night.
And that's it. And that's the thing. Like you said, it's the TV companies not worrying about.
I think what they need to do. I think the way forward.
Unless it was Millwall away at Middlesbrough.
The way forward for TV companies, the way to get round it is they need to scrap the rule where they can't show it at 3 p.m. on a Saturday, because.
See, I don't understand why that rule is there anymore.
Well,
they're
I don't
terrified
know.
Fans won't go to the game.
No, they're not terrified, but they need to sort of scrap that sort of rule, because watching a Liverpool Man City, it was Thursday night, for fuck's sake, do you know what I mean? And I know it was a midweek fixture, but do you want, Liverpool have got to come here on a Monday night?
Yeah,
and I've moaned so much about, going up to, we've got to go
Man City
on a Tuesday night, and
Brighton
Wolves on a Tuesday night.
I don't think we'll go to City on a Tuesday.
And I understand if they sort of fall in a midweek fixture thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it can't be helped. But changing a 3 o'clock kick-off from a Saturday to a Monday night 8 o'clock, they've got to come all the way down, as he said, right? They kick off 8 p.m. By the time we finish the game, they get back to Euston. There's no fucking train going back.
But it also depends.
Hold on. There's no train going back there at that time, so they're more likely to have to stay over. Then they're going to have to stay another night away from home.
More money.
More money. It could cost them that. At the end of the day, if it was at 3 o'clock on a Saturday and they just said, right, we're going to show the West Ham Liverpool game 3 o'clock on a Saturday, everyone's alright.
Yeah, I know that, but
game on Saturday, yes.
without the TV money.
But
there is
also,
8 p.m. on Monday night should be down to local derbies and
they know
distance.
It's also the success of the other clubs. If Liverpool play on a Monday night, it's because they've progressed in the Champions League and things like that. So they have to move these games on.
But not only that, what you've got to look at, how the TV companies look at it, is that you put Man City Liverpool was a Monday night game. You put that on, you're going to get other fans watching it.
Of course, yeah.
And that's why they don't do it with a 3 o'clock.
The thing is, with Man City Liverpool,
they won't do it at 3 o'clock because
Man City Liverpool ain't far apart.
TV. No. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not going to put a big game like that on a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff and put it on the telly.
No, I understand.
Because then they're not going to get the neutral supporters watching it, and that's all they care
about. But if the Premier League is worldwide,
look, Scott,
exactly.
There's got to be say there's 2 billion Premier League fans, yeah. 2 billion Premier League fans. Only about 1 million of them can fit in the grounds around the country.
So
you've got 1.99 billion people.
But it's not only the Premier League fans. You're looking at every other club. That's
so how many people fit in the grounds around this country?
No, but what he's saying is it don't matter what level. It's like it don't matter if you supported Rochdale. You still want to go home and watch Man City Liverpool because you're a football fan.
92 grounds around the country divided by an average of 25,000.
But they don't think of it like that. They think of it. They want everyone watching that game.
Yeah.
That's how they think of it.
And let's be honest, we wanted to watch it.
Yeah, all right. Should we wrap it up there?
Yes, this must.
I've got to say something. Stewards at West Ham. Wankers.
Why?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, we know that anyway. Not all of them. Some of them are right.
They don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, some of them are right.
Yeah, that Callum.
We stood at the gate today.
No, and that's Westfield.
Yeah,
not West Ham.
No, it ain't. That's West Ham. West Ham deploy them in now.
We don't pay them, so technically they're not ours.
They're all different private companies, aren't they?
Yeah, whatever.
So the all these
But be specific. What's your gripe?
Am I right?
Yeah, go on.
When you ask people a question, the other night, right, I had to go to West Ham late. Yeah, I had no choice.
Only the other night.
I had no choice. Right, I had to pick up a ticket from the ticket office. All these people directed me through to the fucking thing. They searched my bag and everything else. Yeah, and then I had to go to the when I was going through, they'd shut the gates 20 minutes into the game. Shut the gates. You know the gates where you get all the food bits and that. I can't walk through there. I can't walk through to get a ticket, so I've got to go back all the way back. The people just don't know what they're talking about.
Is it their fault you've lost 5 season tickets?
He brought the wrong ticket today.
My season ticket, I've got to show you.
Look, he's lost it now.
Right. My season ticket.
You've had 5. You've had more season tickets than any people started games. Look, he's lost it. Look,
my season ticket.
Jeez, oh, he's lost it. He's lost.
I have lost it. No, my season ticket.
see, I told you.
Where is it? It's yes.
He's got it.
His
Put it in
issue.
your wallet.
Issue 10.
Issue 10.
Issue 10.
Wow, issue 10. You've had 10 season tickets.
I must have.
Since we moved.
That's
to the
£100
stadium.
I've had to spend on them. Apart from the money I've spent on them.
You might as well got a £99 season ticket sat at the back.
Yeah, I might as well. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. Go and watch all the fan cams that we've just filmed because they're all up now. We'll be back during the week for all the Arsenal previews, all that stuff. We've got more content going up now. We're going to start to...
We're all doing it. Scott, join in. We're making a
roly-poly into town. No, we're going to start to roll out a lot more
What's
content.
that about?
What?
Holy moly.
You never heard that? Have you never heard that song?
Holy moly into town.
You never heard that song? Now we're going to start to roll out a lot more content at the moment, so keep an eye out because we've got lots and lots coming through to you. We've got all the Arsenal preview for next week. We'll be doing something with Robbie Lyle, hopefully, if we can get hold of him on the phone because he hadn't answered my phone call in the last week. And all that stuff. Anything? Does anyone want to say anything else?
No, I think everything's good.
Go and follow us on Twitter at West Ham
Carroll,
Fan TV. Facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV. And all Snapchat and all the stuff we don't use.
Instagram.
Yeah, subscribe to this channel if you're new and hit the little bell icon and leave a like on this video. It really helps us out. It gets us viewed by a lot. I'm not smashing nothing.
That's what they all say now.
Thank the
Smash
Carton
it.
Horses.
Thank the Carton Horses for...
And the Rock and Roll Hammers. Was it? Metalhead Rock and Roll Hammers.
It's a farce. It's a farce.
West Ham Midgets.
Rock and Roll Hammers. Well, I might start that up though, to be fair.
One thing left to say.
Elvis. Yeah, Westlife
Well, there's
Hammers.
one thing left to say.
How are you, Rock and Roll Hammers?